A small child, while playing with his father, innocently asked his father, "What is the value of my life?" His father smiled and said, "Tomorrow he is going to give you a job." After finishing the task, he interrupted, "Then you will tell what is the value of my life?" He smiled and he said, "Next day morning you come and meet me." Then, with curiosity, the boy woke up early and he came on Saturday morning. He went to his home and took something precious from the bureau and gave it to his son and kept him tightly closed in his hand. The condition of him is he should never open his mouth, and then you have to, if anyone asks what is the value of the thing which he had in his hand, is he has to raise his two finger. He should never say anything. Then he asked him to go to the shandy. It is the place where they will sell the vegetables. He asked him to go to the shandy, and then he has to go to the garbage where the waste vegetables and some fowls thing is to be stirred. He has to go to that place, and there he have to stand. And while crossing, some of the people asked, "What is in your hand?" He showed his hand, and there is some stone which is sparkling. Some say that it is just like a glass. How much it would cost? He just raised his two fingers, and they said, "Oh, it is 20 rupees. It's just a stone which is taken from the floor. You are too greedy. Your parents are too greedy too. You are selling the stone for 20 rupees. It is too much." Like that, they scolded him, and they just went out. In the evening, he came back home, and then he narrated the whole incident to his father. That place is very much stinky, and many flies roam around him, and many mosquitoes bite him. And then they said that, then they scolded him by saying that he is very greedy. By showing his two fingers, they said that it is 20 rupees, and they said he is very greedy. And then his father never said anything. He get the stone back and then said, "We will meet in the next week." Then the boy asked, "What is the value of my life?" "Okay, I will tell you next week." Then the day rolled out. He is eagerly waiting for the next Saturday. Then on Saturday he came back to his father. He gave the same stone to his hand, and he said that, "Now today you have to go to the museum." In Saturdays, Sundays, most of the school students visiting with their parents, and sometimes some teachers bring the school children to the museum, and sometimes public people, there is people who are interested in seeing the museum also coming there. Most probably all are scholars and some having some knowledge on education. So he said the same rule. You have to take the stone in your hand, but you should never speak anything. You have to raise your two fingers. There he went, and he's standing like a statue without speaking anything. After some time, a man came to him and asked, "What is in your hand? Show it to me." He just shown that thing. By seeing the sparkling of the stone, he said, "Oh, I think it is very valuable. It would be around 20,000. Can you sell me?" He's never said anything. He just raised his eyebrows, and afterwards he said that it is worthwhile to get the stone by 20,000. And then in the evening he came back to the home, and then narrated the whole story. Last week, while that is showing the stone to the shabby place, they said that it would be around 20 rupees, and they scolded me too. But today in the museum, they said the same stone is 20,000. Then what is the value of my life, Dad? He asked the question. Then his father smiled. "Wait for the next week." Then the race rolled down. Then the next week, his father gave the same stone in his hand, but he said that today you are going to meet the diamond merchant. He is the person who values the life most. He is the person who come to the place early before all his workers. So you should reach his place before 8:30. By hearing his father's advice, he took the stone in his hand and he went to the place, and he is standing in the corner. There's a big ship, the big car arrived. The man of this diamond shop went out from the car, and he saw a man, that is small boy who is standing in the corner, and his eyes automatically go into the hands of a boy. It is a precious stone in his hand. Automatically rushed back to the boy, and he is just touching the head of this boy and said to the driver, open the door immediately. And he just asked him, how much of time you are standing here, what do you want to drink, do you want tea, coffee or any cool drinks? And then one by one all the workers coming to the place, and some of them gave him some nice juice, and he is drinking that. Then after some time he asked, give me the stone in your hand. He just put the stone in the table, and he took his magnificent glass by just adjusting his spectacle, and he just keenly observed the stone. Oh, what a precious stone it is. No one would have this much of stone nowadays. Like that, he himself very much proud about the stone. And with a lot of happiness, he asked the boy, what is the value of the stone? How much you are going to sell this? And this boy innocently raises two finger. Oh, 20 lakhs? This 20 lakhs is very less amount for this stone. It would get around crores. So you should never sell this here. You keep it very safe. By hearing it big crow, the boy looks astonished, and then he just keep that stone away from the place, and he ran back to his home, and he narrated the whole incident to his father. Father, while be just showing the stone in the shabby place in Shandy, they just told it is 20 rupees, but while I'll be going to the museum, they said it is 20,000, but I'll be going to the diamond merchant, he said it would be 20 lakhs and it will go for crore. What is the value of life? Then with smiling nature, the father said, where you sell yourself, in that place only your value is to be decided. If you are going to sell your values in the place, they don't know about your value, your hard work, your smartness, or what kind of personality you are, anything they don't know about you. If you are working in that place, then they will worth your level into 20 rupees. But once you are going to some place which is having some recognition, they know some value of you, there little bit they worth your value. But the place where you selected to sell yourself in a better place where you can shine well, there you go, means automatically you are the person who is going to be get a better position, and you get a very good acknowledgement. Then the son understand what is his value. Here our value is where we have to sell ourselves. If we feel that place is worthwhile for us to live, then we have to stand. If we are not getting any acknowledgement, or if we are not getting any kind of recognition, then we have to move from the place. That is the moral of the story. Here we are seeing that there is a rain which is pouring there from the there is a sky. The rain, which is common in all places, if a person who is very much thirsty, the rain falls in the hands of a person who is thirsty, it would quench the thirst of a person. The same raindrop would go in the garbage and sometimes become the sewage water. And sometimes the same rainwater would go to the fertile land and make the crop to grow well, and the same raindrop would fall in the shell in the sea and become the pearl. So it is in the hands of us to know where to sell ourselves and where to maintain our value. If we are good in our selling ourselves, automatically our value is to be respected. We should never stand in the place where we are not to be respected, we are not to be recognized. So we must know what is the value of us, then others will recognize you. First of all, understand you, then reach the goal. Set your goal. This is the way we can make our determination come into the destination. Thank you very much.